We're on the clock now with the week's other headlines. Our first question to the panel. County clerks have been ordered to remove all League of Women Voters guides from early polling places, even though copies of the nonpartisan guides have been available in all general elections before. Laura, we're so used to seeing these guides, and they seem innocuous. Like, what could be the problem here, but what is the problem here?
Well, I think the problem is that there's been an interpretation by an attorney of a bill that was a huge bill that over 100 pages, sponsored by Senator Linda Lopez in 2011, and that interpretation is what the Secretary of State now is using to say this is actually electioneering. I don't agree that it's electioneering. I think the way that the voter guide is presented is balanced. I think it is informative, but I'm also not sure how many people take the time at the polls to look at them.
There you go. And Dan, you know, if they get past 100 yards outside, they could, but what are you going to put them on a table out in the wind? And
I think Laura raised a great point. Yeah. I think that, you know, the League of Women Voters, they actually go out and endorse candidates, and now they have this nonpartisan voting guide. You know, I mean, I think if the Republican Party put together a nonpartisan voting guide, I'm sure it wouldn't be allowed there either. So, you know, they've been very effective in races, I can tell you
10
that.
10 seconds, Tom?
Yeah, I have a real issue just generally when people go in and they don't know what they're going to vote for. So what on earth is a small newspaper that is probably balanced going to do there anyway?
Right.
I mean, you know.
Interesting. I'm going to hold you there, so sorry about that. Right on the bell. About 200 people in the Mexican town of Santa Teresa near El Paso, as you know, were sickened on Tuesday by a mysterious airborne substance. 3 different hazmat teams didn't get any positive readings for chemicals, and the cause is still undetermined, Sophie. This is one of those things where, you know, you have to imagine if you live there, you need an answer like yesterday.
It's got to be panic. It's got to be panic because certainly the idea of an airborne hazard is terrifying. And the lack of answers, you know, people want certainty. They want something they can do.
Right.
And this is just sort of sitting out there like, you know, what is that?
Right, exactly. Tom, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, well, it's very bizarre. Yeah. I mean, that, you know, there isn't really that close of a monitoring there. I mean, you know, as of November 1st, there's still no official declaration about what caused everything. So, you know, response was great, but the follow-up needs to be even stronger.
Sure. It'd be one thing, you know, 1, 2, a dozen. I mean, that's a lot of people that were being affected here. And who knows how many more, actually, in the interim period. So.
Right, 200 people. National Guard hazmat team was called out to do testing. I think hopefully they'll come up with a cause of it soon.
Yeah, Dan, 10 to you.
You just, you know, it's interesting how this is in such an important area. The government has spent so much money building this border trade, that road coming up through there. To have something like this happen could really put a kinker in that stuff.
There you go. Who are you going to believe, a homeless man with a record or an Oscar winner? You Santa fan, Gene Hackman. Either Hackman, quote, pummeled Bruce Becker, he says, or he just slapped him in self-defense because he was defending the honor of his wife, Tom.
Lugar is a tough guy.
I just, you know, he's 83, he's a married man. If someone's popping off to our wives, husbands, whatever, things happen. But you're Gene Hackman at the same time. You're not going to get away with it if there's witnesses. That's a tough one.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, first off. And, you know, if you need to defend your wife's honor, then I think that's what you need to do. You know, this story seems to have a lot, it's like an onion. As more layers are peeled back, it gets, you know, tearier and tearier. And so I'm not so sure that we've heard the end of it yet. But, you know, I mean, you can't really blame them. You know, it's not an issue of homelessness, but, you know, vagrants are really an issue that need to be addressed in all parts of the
Sophie,
state.
is just going to be a classic Santa Fe story in
I
years
think
to
it's
come.
going to be a classic, and that's a great way to put it. You know, you got to do what you got to do. I don't actually think you need to strike another person because they said something you don't like. I'm not so down with that.
What if it's like a 3rd or 4th or 5th or 12th time? Maybe this guy's been a problem for Gene Hackman all this time. You never know.
I think it was very
I think
nice
that's
that he
called a
slapped him
restraining order. That's not called a fisticuffs.
I like that.
It was very nice that he slapped him instead of punched the guy. So I think Gene Hackman was being very accommodating
Easy to
the
break your
guy.
hand.
10
when you
seconds,
punch.
Laura, if you want to touch it. I don't know.
I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, that's quite all right. Bold predictions. I'll start with you. National, local, whichever way you want to cut it.
I think Obama will win. I think
Bold predictions, I said.
Yes, I think Obama will win. I think Heinrich will win. I think Michelle Lujan Grisham will win.
There you go. Bold predictions.
Bold predictions. I think that the House turns Republican. I think there's a little change in the Senate. I'm talking about the legislature. I think the governor comes out of this a winner. I think Heather Wilson wins the election.
Jennings or Sanchez get beaten?
I think Sanchez is going to get beaten. I'm not sure about Jennings.
Tom, bold predictions?
Sanchez, Jennings, Nunez all win. Wilson also wins.
Interesting. Sophie?
You know what? This is a national thing, but I'm just going to say it. I think that the Chris Christie and Mayor Bloomberg stuff, that all heralds the return of the reasonable Republican. I'm looking forward to that happening here in New Mexico as well. Yeah, I mean, it's like the reasonable Republican is back. I'd like to see them in our state too.
Interesting. Thank you all. Election night, it's coming. See you all then. Join us online and on the air on election night. Starting the moment the polls close at 7 o'clock, we have an all-star panel of politicos in studio for a marathon broadcast on Channel 9.1. We'll have results, interviews, and analysis from all over the state. If you can't see us on the air, we're online, streaming at NewMexicoPBS.org. I'm Gene Grant. We'll see you election night, involved, informed, in depth, and in focus.